Well, as President Trump's immigration crackdown moves forward, a decade-old policy of prohibiting arrests at schools, hospitals, and churches is rolled back. It had been a long-standing practice to avoid these kinds of so-called sensitive areas. The administration says that it will not tie the hands of law enforcement, but will trust them to use common sense. All right, to talk more about this, let's bring in Carolina Rivera. She is with the Catholic Legal Immigration Network, also known as Clinic. Carolina, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. As we just heard from Owen Jensen, the president of the USCCB, Archbishop Timothy Broglio, called many of President Trump's executive orders, including immigration, deeply troubling. How would these orders potentially have what the Archbishop calls negative consequences, many of which will harm the most vulnerable among us? Talk to us about that.
Yes, of course. This policy will create an atmosphere of fear and distrust within the immigrant communities, because of the policy targets schools, places of worship. People will be afraid to go to these places, and that has a ripple effect on other areas of the community as well as hospitals. This order will tackle it, so it will make it harder for people to seek care or seek care, either mental care or physical care in places of worship or hospitals as well.
President Trump largely built his campaign around being tough on immigration, as we know. And now that some of these policies are taking effect, what are you seeing in particular?
Yes, I've seen in the community a fear over what these policies are gonna entail for them. What do they mean to community members? What do they mean to the most vulnerable populations? We at Clinic, we follow our Catholic social teachings. So following that, we've been reaching out to the community and letting them know what they can do to feel safe and what actions they can take in that area. But the general consensus is fear and mistrust in the government.
Regarding arrests at churches and schools, a statement from the Department of Homeland Security said that criminals will no longer be able to hide in churches or schools. Can you talk to us more about that? And from your experience and what you have seen, is this something that's commonplace?
No, from my experience, it is not common to have individuals that have committed crimes and at places of worships or schools. We have like I said earlier, it is our vulnerable populations that are seeking services at the churches, at schools, and what this does is that, for example, parents are not going to be taking their children to school. They're going to be afraid to take their kids to school. So that creates a ripple effect, like I said, in the society. So we at Catholic Charities believe that sacred spaces like churches and schools should serve as sanctuaries of peace, not locations of enforcement.
All right, Carolina, thank you so much for weighing in. We appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.